one that people fail in love with is no other than Mr. Terence Stamp. What if the magnetic young actor whose chiseled features define 60s cool, the extraordinary Terence Stamp, lived a romantic life every bit as adventurous as his most iconic roles? Off-screen, Stamp navigated whirlwind affairs, a passionate first marriage, and a quietly enduring partnership, each chapter brimming with intrigue, intensity, and the occasional heartbreak. Here's his personal saga, told like the thrilling narrative it truly is. Marianne Faithfull and Maud London Sparks, 1965 to 1966. In the swinging mid-60s, Terence Stamp was London royalty of the silver screen, and pop culture icon Marianne Faithfull was the chanteuse of Chelsea's cabarets. Their first encounter, cameras flashing at a Carnaby Street fashion show in early 1965, ignited headlines. Stamp and Faithfull, the new mod power pair. They spent balmy afternoons drifting between King's Road boutiques and clandestine late-night rehearsals in Soho jazz clubs. Marianne would sing Bowie's early demos at 2 a.m. in Terence's Kensington flat, while he pored over scripts by Anthony Burgess, reading aloud between sips of whiskey. Paparazzi captured fleeting silhouettes, their entwined hands as they hailed black cabs, and her laughter ringing through his loft during impromptu art house screenings. Yet as quickly as their star-crossed spark flared, creative clashes dimmed it. Marianne yearning for musical tours, Terence bound by back-to-back shoots on Modesty Blay, 1966. By spring 1966, they parted as passionately as they'd met, each carrying a piece of the other's restless artistry. Their liaison remains legendary, a collision of film glamour and rock and roll rebellion that defined an era and left both forever tracing the outline of that brief, incandescent partnership. Elizabeth Oor, A Stormy First Marriage, 1969 to 1979. After a string of high-octane romances, Stamp found himself drawn to screenwriter Elizabeth Oor during the production of The Bosphorus Gun in 1968. Their courtship, less tabloid spectacle and more literary salon, unfolded in candlelit readings of playwright Pinter and midnight strolls along the Thames embankment. They married on March 15, 1969, in a small Westminster registry office ceremony, Terence in a tailored charcoal suit, Elizabeth radiant in ivory silk. Their union quickly deepened. They welcomed daughter Frances on December 24, 1970, and son Christopher on June 1, 1972, transforming Terence from rebel star to devoted family man. Yet the pressures of fame and Terence's restless pursuit of roles in Hollywood and Europe strained their bond. By the mid-1970s, whispered rumors of on-set flirtations with co-stars like Catherine Deneuve circulated in European tabloids, fueling Elizabeth's growing sense of isolation. Their marriage weathered passionate reconciliations, late-night confessions in Paris hotel suites, shared screen tests in Rome, but ultimately succumbed to Terence's wanderlust. In November 1979, they separated, finalizing their divorce in early 1980. Though the marriage ended, Elizabeth later described their decade together as a favored chapter of creation and love, and Terence often credited her early scripts with deepening his craft. Lena Curi, Across Continents and Creative Kinship, 1980 to 1989. Just months after his divorce, Stamp's wanderings led him to Lebanon, where he met photographer-turned-sculptor Lena Curi at a Beirut art opening in 1980. Their connection was immediate, both outsiders in a city on the brink, captivated by each other's creative courage. They spent days exploring ancient ruins in Byblos and nights debating sculpture techniques under the winter stars of Kaslik. Though Lena's family traditions initially clashed with Terence's freewheeling lifestyle, their shared passion led them to marry in a Beirut civil ceremony on April 22, 1981. Their union bore artistic fruit. Lena's photographs featured Terence in haunting desert landscapes, while he produced a short film inspired by her sculptures. Yet Lebanon's escalating civil war forced them apart in 1985 as Stamp returned to Britain and Lena sought refuge in Paris. Despite distance, they remained bound by letters filled with sketches and film treatments until their amicable divorce in 1989. Their alliance, though impermanent, left an indelible mark. Terence's European art house turn in the 80s drew deeply on the introspective aesthetic they forged together. Whispers of fabled affairs and Hollywood coachings, 1990 to 2000. In the 1990s, Stamp's name flickered alongside a series of rumored dalliances that, even unconfirmed, added to his myth. In 1993, tabloids linked him to co-star Catherine Zeta-Jones. After they were seen rehearsing Shakespeare on a Welsh castle set, reports spoke of candlelit balconies and secret readings by moonlight. Neither actor would comment, offering only polite smiles at premieres. A year later, gossip columns suggested a summer fling with director Agnes Varda, citing intimate artistic consultations in Paris cafes as evidence of something more. Meanwhile, Terence's role as acting coach to younger stars, mentoring Heath Ledger in 1998 on Australian beach scripts, sparked talk of off-camera attractions. Yet for every whispered liaison, Stamp's trademark sardonic remark deflated speculation. I date my scripts, not the headlines. Though none of these affairs yielded marriages or children, they underscored a period where Terence balanced mentoring and creating, letting rumors swirl rather than affirming or denying, preserving an aura of enigmatic allure that sustained his legendary status. The lasting bond with Famid Farrakhan, 2000 present, entering the new millennium, Terence Stamp discovered a quieter yet profound companionship with jewelry designer Famid Farrakhan. They met in 2002 at a London gallery showcasing Farrakhan's handcrafted silver pieces. Terence drawn to both the artistry and her soft-spoken confidence. Their friendship matured into romance over dinners at Soho's historic Coach and Horses pub and weekends exploring the Cotswolds antique fairs. Though private, no public ceremony was ever held, they became inseparable fixtures at British film festivals and charity galas. Farrakhan's calm influence grounded Stamp as he navigated roles in independent films and revived classics, while he supported her burgeoning design label, helping curate showrooms in Knightsbridge. In 2012, they adopted a rescue greyhound, Pogo, cementing their life as a family of 3. Today, as Stamp reflects on decades of cinematic triumphs, he credits Famid with keeping my heart and my wardrobe in impeccable order, proving that after a lifetime of tempestuous passions, the truest romance can be found in mutual respect, shared creativity, and the everyday marvels of quiet partnership.